Okay, so here we are going over 9.1 to 9.3. We know our formula. If n is the number of sides in the base, n plus 2 is the number of faces, 2n is the number of vertices, and 3n is the number of edges. So we want to look at each one and say, hey, this is a triangle base. Since this is a triangle base, this makes this a triangular prism. Triangular prisms have 5 faces, 3 around the side plus the 2 bases. The vertices you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can also count the edges 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. When n is 4, it's a quadrilateral base, in this case a rectangle. So this would be a rectangular prism. The number of faces is 4 plus 2 or 6. 5, 6, 7, 8 vertices, and then you can count 12 edges. So you can either count, but when you get into these higher things like a hexagonal prism, you might want to just use the formulas. 6 plus 2 is 8, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18. And then you can confirm. If it's got 100 sides in the base, you definitely just want to use the formula n plus 2, 2n, 3n, n plus 2, 2n, 3n, n plus 2, 2n, 3n, just like that. If you're working backwards, how many vertices does an octagon base have? So octagon is n is 8, vertices is 2n, so 2 times 8 is 16. How many edges? If it has 14, the formula for edges is 3 times 14, or 42. All right, so how many faces does it have? Faces is n plus 2, so if n plus 2 is 18, then n is 16. These are tricky for people, the bottom, right? So what I like to do is like shade the bottom, the B, and then you skip one, and then the top here would be 2. Or here, if I shade the B, you skip one, the top is 3. Here, if I shade the B, you skip one, but like you got to kind of, actually this one's a little bit different. Those are going to be the sides. 5 is going to be the top. Formulas which you don't have to memorize, it's perimeter times height. Perimeter base times height. Total area is lateral area plus area of the base 2 times, so we're going to double that. We know that area of a square or rectangle is just base times height, and base times height divided by 2, of course, for a triangle. So this cube, the base is right here, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 12 feet. And then we're going to say the height of the prism is 7, right? No, sorry. Yeah. Height of the prism here is 3. So lateral area, perimeter base times height, 12 times 3 is 36 feet squared. The area of one base is 3 times 3, or 9 feet squared. That's a 9. But there's 2 of them, so we double it to 18. And then for the total, we add the 36 and the 18 is 54 feet squared. Trying again with another rectangle. Perimeter of base, 6 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2, so that's 12, 14, 16 feet. Height of the prism, height connects the 2 bases is 3. Lateral area, perimeter area of base times height, so 16 times 3 is 48. The area of one base is 6 times 2, or 12 feet squared. We double it because there's 2 bases. And then we add 48 plus 24 is 72 feet squared. And onwards we go. Here, perimeter of base, 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 is 16. Height of the prism is 9. We multiply those together is 144 feet squared. Area of one base is 3 times 5, or 15. There's 2 of them, that makes 30. And then 144 plus 30 is 174 meters squared. And onwards we go. When we go to the back now we've got triangles as our base. So I'm going to just darken in that triangle and notice that that third side is 10. 6 plus 8 plus 10 is 24 meters. Height connects the 2 triangles, so that's 7. When I multiply 24 times 7, 168 meters squared. If I do the area of that triangle, remember, now I divide by 2. Area of a triangle, base times height, divided by 2. So the area of one triangle is 24. When I double it is 48, and 168 plus 48 is 216 meters squared. Here you got to understand that this is the base, those 2 triangles, so again it's 6 plus 8 plus 10. So that one's turned sideways, but remember, hint there, oops, that's feet, is that the base is the triangle. The height connects the 2 bases, so 24 times 12 is 288 feet squared. Just like before, 6 times 8 divided by 2, or 24, is the area of one base. We double it to 48 for the second, for both bases combined. And then 288 plus 48 is 336 feet squared. The last one, it says use Pythagorean theorem to find x. So you have 5 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. You might remember that even by heart, that turns out to be 13. So 12 plus 13 plus 5, that's going to be 30 centimeters. The height connects the two bases is 2, and 30 times 2 is 60 centimeters squared. When I do the area of one base, all right, so what was that? 12 times 5 divided by 2, so that's 30. There's 2 of them, so that's 60, and then 60 plus 60, 120. The nice thing about these problems, there's just a rhythm to them, right? I like the ones going backwards. I like to write out the formula. Lateral area, even if I just abbreviate, is perimeter times height. So 50 equals perimeter times 5. So the perimeter then is equal to 10. And then I add in the units, centimeters. Lateral area is perimeter of base times height. So it's going to be 48 centimeters squared. Lateral area is 30, area base 10, find total area. So total area is lateral area plus the area of the base 2 times, because there's 2 bases, so 50. Volume of a prism, area of the base times height. Remember, capital B always means area of base. So if the base is a rectangle, it's base times height. If the base is a triangle, base times height divided by 2. So here the area of the base is 8 times 8, or 64 yards squared. The height connects the two bases is 8 yards, and I'm going to multiply 64 times 8, 512 yards cubed. Remember that 64 times 8, remember that cubic units always go with volume. So the volume has less steps, right? Area of the base 6 times 2, or 12 feet squared. The height is 3 feet, that's a squared, so 12 times 3 is 36 feet cubed. Area of the base 6 times 2, or 12, 7. 12 times 7, oops, that's squared. 12 times 7 is 84 meters cubed. So now our base changes, right? Our base is a triangle, so since it's a triangle, we got to divide by 2. 35 inches squared, 11 inches, and then we're going to multiply 35 times 11 is 385 inches cubed. 35 times 11. Here the base is again a triangle, so 5 times 8 divided by 2 is 20 feet squared. The height connects the two bases is 15 feet, and 20 times 15 is 20 times 15 is 300. And then the last one here, 6 times 8 divided by 2, again, is 24 feet squared. Height connects the two bases is 5, and then 24 times 5 is 120 feet cubed. The last one's either going to multiply or divide. Volume is area of the base times height, so this one is 10 times 7, or 70 centimeters cubed. Same thing here, it's 12 times 5, or 60 meters cubed. But if you're going to find the area of the base, if 27 equals area of the base times height, you're going to divide. So the area of the base is 3 feet squared. Or here, the area of the base is 10 inches squared. I'm just dividing. And here, same thing, I'm going to divide to find the height is 9 yards. So there you have it, the review of prisms.